Hello, how's it going? My name's Liam Spence, and I'll be doing an update on the Macca's Finder 2000. This is going to be a presentation on how I'm going, how the app development's going, how it's changed since the initial elevator pitch, and what's going on with it so far. To understand how far we've come with the app, we need to know where it was to begin with. So let's look at the original idea. We had a Macca's Finder app with a landing page. You would click go and it will take you to the actual application. Had a main screen go. We used the, just below me here, you can see the fact that there is a Google API there ready to use. There's also a hamburger icon that is underneath where my camera is placed. I can't move it because I'm standing up, but that's fine. This is just a basic layout of what the app was. We had GPS, known issues, just one button saying get me food, hamburger icon, which would open up and have multiple features. With the features, we had a bunch. We had login, where users would use a database to log in or sign up for the application. For some reason, they would need to sign up or want to sign up. They could upload photos of their experiences within each individual Macca's, which turned out to be a different-ish idea. We'll touch on all the ideas that have been scrapped later. We had locations and we had photo library. So the photo library would be a place where you'd go and you'll look at all the photos you have uploaded at individual Macca's. Kind of good if you were at a really bad spot and you took a photo of someone getting handcuffed, taken away by the police. Would have been really funny. You would see that on the photo library. Now let's look at the updated features, what we've removed and what we've added on during the progress of the last couple of weeks. Using the information that I have gained with study, doing the labs, the workshops, and listening to the tutorials, and using the feedback from the elevator pitch. We've removed a couple of features. The login, upload photos features and photo libraries have all been removed. The reason is, there's no real reason if anyone is going to use a locate the closest Macca's near me application, that they would ever really want to log in or sign up for that application. It's unnecessary, it's out of the scope, and it would take way too much time for me, the developer, to do alone, because I'm doing this application completely alone without a partner. Upload photos, a cool idea to begin with, but we'll touch on where this photos idea has now progressed to be something else. Photo library, the removal of uploading photos completely just negates the fact that we have a photo library anymore. Getting rid of the photo library, getting rid of upload photos gets rid of the photo library. They kind of work with each other one for one, so without one, can't really have the other. Now the hamburger drop-down menu. The hamburger drop-down menu was there to hide all these features away from the home screen. The fact now that we've removed majority of the features that we're going to have, we don't need that hamburger menu icon anymore. All right, now let's look at what we've added to the Macca's Finder 2000, the greatest app ever made. The location is now on the main page. Locations will be its own button. So all locations is now moved onto the main page, be its own button underneath the map. It'll have a review out of 5, a picture, and an add review button. Now let's look at the updated map idea. So we have the Macca's Finder 2000. The original one right on the left there, you can see we now have only 2 buttons. No landing page, no nothing. We're cleaning this all the way up. So we have an all locations button and a Macca's closest to me button, which will do the same thing as the old button did. Click it, directions on the Google Map AI will take you to the closest Macca's near you. Now let's look at the locations menu because it has been cleaned up as well. The locations menu now will have the store image, the location, a quick review, and a rating. You'll then have the option to click more info, take you to the store image. It will just basically blow up that small little information packet on the scroll thing, and it'll give you all that information that you can then access, look at, and add your review there. Now there's going to be a couple of things that I was thinking about adding, like people added their own reviews, their own takes, whatever they want. I was tossing up between adding the upload photo and stuff here, but ultimately it came down to reducing the work and making it as streamlined as possible for me, a solo app developer who doesn't really know how to code very well. So that's where we're at right now. The reasons are I want it to be cleaner, a UI that is cleaner and easier to use for the user, more intuitive locations menu so you can click it and it flows very much better. There's no drop-down menu, go into locations, really everything's super cluttered, making it way bigger, easier to read for multiple users. More information about the stores and potential to add more features. The potential to add more features is, do I want to bring upload photo back? Do we want to add this back? It depends on how I'm going with the course, and it depends on how the app is progressing over time. Now let's look at my current progress with coding. Like I said, coming into this course, my coding knowledge is pretty much zero. So my predetermined knowledge, it's nowhere. So the learning curve for me has been insanely difficult, but I am also taking the web course with this course. So I'm learning a lot of coding this semester. Kind of great. So classes, we've learned what we need for the stores. We need the name of the stores, the location, say it's Beresfield, Newcastle, whatever. Details on the store, so a quick review. We need an image of the store, we need its rating, and we need its longitude and latitude. Now, the longitude and latitude will help us get its location for Google Maps API. So if we click directions, we can put that integer or that double straight into Google Maps, which will then give us directions to get us to that Macca's. Another thing that I've been working on is grids and grid location. Sorry, let me move my camera. I can actually do it. So another thing that I've been working on is grids and grid locations. Having some trouble placing things in the space on my app. Now, I was looking at ways to manage the UI, came across grids and grid location. Right now, our current progress is trying to place all the buttons and all the images and everything where I want them on the grid. Using this grid location has helped me a little bit, especially with buttons and etc. for the main UI page. We haven't made that much progress on the actual UI of the application. The only real code we have is the character code that I was just shown to you and the code of the buttons, which are coming up. Now, using the knowledge that I picked up with grids, using the classes that I've put in before, we have now got ourselves a UI. Taking the first or second or third labs, click this button so many times, it goes up and down, it does a thing when you click on it. We have basically used the grids to then move the buttons where they are, place them in the middle, remove the icons, changing the texts. Then we have tried to manage it to push it down using absolute values, which didn't really work out because I noticed when I was doing the coding for this little bit, it had horizontal location and vertical location. I thought if I had vertical location end, it would put it at the bottom of the page, and then horizontal location start at the start, so it would be bottom left. And I tried to do horizontal location end for the other one, so they're next to each other at the bottom. That made sense in my mind, didn't work out, so that's where we ended up going with the grid view. And as we can see here, it worked out, hooray. Current hurdles. Where we are with this application, what's stopping me and what's slowing progression. Learning C# is a big, steep learning curve for myself. Haven't really been able to wrap my head around it too much, and the two courses coming at me at the same time, it's been a lot, but getting a handle on it and pushing through to get this application working is where us, the developers, are pushing towards. Geolocation requests. When I say geolocation requests, I mean using that longitude and latitude, and using the phone location as the starting point of using the Google Maps API. Now, you can put in a longitude and latitude, that's fine. It will drop a pin, but using the geolocation of your phone to be the starting pin is where I'm trying to think out how to do that. And also when it comes down to closest Macca's near me, I need to have a geolocation, even if we hard code in all the locations, or if I hard code in the location of the starting point, I still would like to have geolocation kind of working and find out how to actually implement it into the app to, well, get more marks and to make the app feel smoother. Now with this presentation, to show you the updated parts on the app, we can see the fact that I've been introducing code into the app to realize the expectations of the elevator pitch, also using the feedback from my elevator pitch to change the idea of the app itself, make it more streamlined, make it easier to code, and find a way that we can get what we propose to deliver at the start, but also make it easier for me as an individual coder because I don't have a partner. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this presentation on the updated part of the app. Have a good day.